I didn't throw him away. Actually, so sorry, it's a bit dusty, but yeah, I have Armstrong right here.
It is half naked as always.
As always. Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foss from Coaching Cosplay, and yeah, you asked for it. We're gonna do a dub today.
We're watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 11, Miracle at Rush Valley. And yeah, you guys have been asking for it so much.
Yeah, really so much.
We're gonna watch this episode, but listen, we're gonna watch this episode in dub. The thing, we watched a couple of episodes, we went back and watched a couple of episodes that we had seen already in dub. We wanted to see how the dub handled the screaming, you know, the strong emotions, the crying, the screaming, the arguing.
Everyday talking when they're speaking to each other.
Yeah. So we went back and watched episode 2, episode 4, and I think a bit of the fight. I don't remember which episode, but a bit of the fight with Scar. And yeah. So we watched a little bit of that. So now we're kind of used to their voices in dub. We haven't made a decision yet if we're gonna watch it in sub for the rest of the season or if we're gonna watch it in dub. So we're gonna make it now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's sick. Poor baby.
I'm a bit sick today, so if I seem not well or if I sound weird, that's why. Anyway, so we're gonna watch the dub, and after the episode, we're gonna discuss and see which one we prefer best. If we end up deciding we prefer the sub, I really hope you guys will not stop watching.
Don't be mad about it. We still love you, and it's still a great show so far.
Yeah.
So no matter the version of it, it's still gonna be great.
And at the end of the day, I mean, the story is the same. It's just that if we want to experience it differently, it's because we prefer one over the other, but it doesn't mean the story is gonna change. And I hope you guys will still want to watch this amazing story with us. So if we choose the sub, I hope you guys are still in for the road, for the adventure and the journey. And if we choose to, you know, switch to dub, well then, okay. Anyway, so with that said, last episode, I fucking died.
Don't talk about it, please.
If, what was his name? Hugh?
Yeah.
I have a hard time saying it.
Hugh.
He discovered something, and he died. He was killed. And Ed and Alphonse don't know. So they're on their way to meet their teacher.
Yep.
And they don't know. And they kept saying, oh, we're gonna have to go back to his house and see him
Stop
and his family.
it, please. Damn it.
Anyway, it's been a little while since we've seen an episode, so we're just gonna jump into it and see if we prefer the dub. Let's do this.
Was this at the end though? For the sponsor again?
この番組はグランドスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alright.
If one wishes to obtain something, something of equal value must be given.
Yeah! Lives of 1,000 souls!
Jeez.
She's been training to sing this song, but she's not confident enough.
Again.
Their dad. I can really appreciate how, especially in an anime, they can draw characters that look so much like a mix of their parents. It's... Oh, he's dead!
Yeah.
Woo!
Running gag. Oh, by the way, thanks again to tell us that King Bradley is not a title, it's his name.
Yeah.
We didn't know that, so...
We didn't pick up on it. But it makes sense.
Well, he still acts as a chief of some sort, so...
While anxious to see their old teacher, Ed and Al continued their journey southward with Winry in tow, unaware of the death of Lieutenant Colonel Hughes.
Yeah. Fucking hell. We're really mad about last episode.
Oh my god.
I've never seen an automail model quite like this before. It really is unusual. Everyone take a look.
That's her word, guys.
Check it
Well, now he's in the center of attention.
Don't be so rude. They just want a closer look.
Oh, no.
Is something wrong, Ed?
It's gone.
What did you lose?
Only the thing that proves I'm a state alchemist. My silver watch.
Oh.
Gone. It sounds like you guys had a run-in with Panina. Panina? Let's see, where is she again? I know what might jog my memory. We're gonna have just one more look at that auto mail.
God.
The auto mail shop run by an engineer named Dominic.
You don't want to mess with him. Damn!
That was awesome. How'd you do that, mister?
I'm an alchemist. Want more?
He's in for kill. But she's good too.
Cool. I've been waiting for you.
They're a team. You can defeat them both. Oh, it's a bird cage. Oh.
Automail.
Come on, you can't be too surprised. You've seen the town, haven't you? Oh, and
Damn.
my other leg's got a 1.5-inch cannon. What do you think of that? Why don't we see if you can catch me? Well, now, how do you like that? That wasn't so hard.
Winry?
Not until I got a closer look at that automail.
Damn it.
Well, she's an automail creator some sort, sorta. We expect.
She's passionate. It's good to be passionate. It's funny to see that she's freaking out over their automail, but they are all freaking out over her own. Like, you're talented, girl.
Loose, brother.
She's rubbing herself on the leg.
This arm seems a bit heavy.
Yes, I guess it is.
You want to be more careful not to strain your outfit, E. That could be the reason why his growth is stunted.
Run!
Wait, are you telling me if my automail was lighter, I'd grow taller than this?
It is a possibility.
No!
Brother, you're so big. You've grown so tall. Right. That settles it. Mr. Dominic? I beg you, make me your apprentice.
Not a chance, girl.
You can take time out of your busy schedule to teach her how to make automail to make me taller?
A little flea.
What the fuck? Oh, she's gonna win him over. Like, you don't have any legs and you're left on your own.
You look like the most miserable, pathetic girl in the entire world. Nothing annoys me more than mopers like you.
Let me go, you mean old man. Put me down. He said I had eyes like
That's
a dead horse.
kidnapping.
Probably not far off. I'm sure I really did look miserable. So, without anyone ever asking my opinion, I was outfitted with automail legs. Soon enough, I was back up on 2 legs and I was so happy.
Like giving back hope to people.
Mr. Dominic, I owe him everything. Uh-oh, I think I may have broken it or something. Can't get it to open. Let me see. No, don't worry, it wasn't you. It's been sealed up using alchemy. Why would he do that? I think I have a pretty good idea why. Nothing's in here. He's too embarrassed to let anyone see. Don't forget October 3rd, year 11. A date? Here. I'm going to ask Mr. Dominic to apprentice me again.
Anything to help him. She's a very good friend.
Oh! Oh!
In a storm like this, we can't get her to the hospital in town. I'll fetch the doctor myself.
Something's gonna go wrong.
Just hang on a little longer for me.
Sorry, one more time? I couldn't hear that.
I said it's coming!
What do we do? The doctor's
have to do it.
Teamwork!
Deliver it.
Sorry.
So you've seen a baby being delivered before?
No, I haven't. But we don't have any other options here. Ed and Al, go and get me some boiling water.
Sure, Winry.
Panina, go find some towels. And hurry! Roger! Mr. Riedel, do you have any rubbing alcohol we can use for disinfectant?
I think we have some in the storeroom.
Oh, and some ice chips. We'll put them by Miss Atera's bedside.
For someone who never did this, she's actually quite good.
Winry comes from a family of doctors. She grew up reading medical textbooks instead of picture
Ooh.
books like most kids.
I
her age.
forgot, true!
That's all well and good, but it isn't exactly the same as a medical degree.
But if she does that, that might be enough to convince him to take her as an apprentice.
Probably.
Brother.
Now, when it really counts, I can't do anything.
Oh, I was about to say, again, there's a situation where he's helpless. It's funny, but I mean... Yeah, look at him! Yay!
Awesome! Awesome, awesome, awesome!
Really? Awesome? That's all you can think of to describe this?
How else should I describe it? This is the birth of a new life. Alchemists
Right
have
after
worked
we
for
lost
centuries, and
one.
we're still not able to do that.
Shut up! Look at all!
Person.
Do you think you could pick me up, please? It's humiliating to be carried by a boy who's smaller than I am.
Could easily drop you, you know.
They're getting close.
What is it?
I saw it. The engraving that's inside your pocket watch. Ow, ow, ow! That really hurt!
You idiot.
Yeah.
I really like their relationship.
I hate to admit how weak I am. That I had to give what happened that day substance and then carry it around with me as a reminder.
All the pictures, everything.
You two won't cry. Someone else should do it for you, don't you think?
Don't be an idiot.
Seeing your resolve inspired me. I want to do more, Ed. I can't just commit halfway.
Don't do anything. There's no need to get more involved.
Yes, there is. I want to hone my skills so I'll be able to make you the finest quality automale prosthetics. That way you can continue your journey knowing you're as strong as you can be. I'm going to try again. I'll ask Mr. Dominic to make me his apprentice.
Determination.
Then good luck.
Hello there, I'm your granddad.
Aww.
What a cutie.
Not sure I'm character.
Mother and baby both look perfectly healthy. It seems like the delivery was handled expertly.
What you did was amazing. Especially you, young lady.
Yeah,
What a
boys didn't do nothing.
coincidence.
Please, sir, there's really no need to thank me.
Maybe you could make an exception and take on an apprentice?
One has nothing to do with the other. If that's what your heart's set on, I can recommend you to an accomplished engineer at the base of the mountain.
Ah.
Move it out. We gotta hurry.
Who's that in the middle?
There's not another one for 3 days.
Now you two be careful!
And make sure to steal that old man's technique so you'll have something even better for me the next time I see you, okay?
Yeah, next time you crush it.
Ah. That was a cute little episode.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute.
I really enjoy when we get an episode where we get to discover more about Winry's relationship with the boys. It goes back a long way, and they are still, learning to deal with each other, and even though the boys went through something very traumatic as their close friend, and I mean she knew their mother, she's affected by it all.
Yeah.
One way or another. And even if she wasn't affected by the situation, since she's their friend, she's affected by how they handle it. So I'm really happy that the conversation she had last episode or a couple episodes ago, I don't remember, but the conversation she had about just being there for them and giving them her best and just helping out when they need it. She really remembered that, and she's going for it, and that's exactly what she's doing. Like, even though she was in this city to fangirl over, Automail, she still saw an opportunity to help the boys, and she's gonna try and better herself to give them a chance, because she also wants them to succeed and finally have the life that they deserve. It's really nice. It's nice to see. It's nice to see. Hey, yeah, that was French, guys. It's nice too to see that both boys are, so at heart they are still kids, and they are marveled at the idea of a newborn baby. Even Al, you saw Al in this super huge suit of armor. He's like, he becomes a child again.
Super cute.
And the baby. I mean, a baby is sign for hope. It's sign for a future. It's sign for something to come. And, it was set to be a disaster. No doctor there and everything. Mm-hmm. But they relied on Winry, and eventually it went okay. It might be a small metaphor to say that you need to trust more in your friends, trust more in yourselves, and eventually there's going to be a future. It was nice to see them, have this small moment of hope, because we know it's going to be crushed eventually.
Next episode, we're going to be crushed, guys.
Oh, God. But,
do you think
nice.
that Edward's going to be okay, though? Because, like you said, it's another situation where he can do nothing about it whatsoever. You think
they really seem to be hammering this on us. Like, every single episode, almost, he's always faced with a situation where he cannot do a single thing. And even if he can fight the bad guys, he ends up being, helpless. It's not the first time it happened, and it's not going to be the last. But I think it's just a reminder that he needs to be better at what he does. He needs to give himself more. He needs to follow
you need to push him over to achieve new goals, He
needs to push himself more and more. And is it healthy? I don't think so. I think he pushes himself enough already. But he pushes himself enough already. And you saw the reminder. He's not willing to let himself forget what happened and what he's working towards. And, I mean, it's okay to have a goal. I'm just really scared that once he either achieves it or, finds out that he's not going to be able to achieve it, he's going to be lost and he's going to crumble. Good thing, though, I'm really hoping that his brother and Winry are going to be there to support him if it happens. So he just needs to put less, strain on his shoulders and start trusting the others more. We saw it in the earlier episodes that he's not prone to trusting people easily. Yeah. So he wants to do everything by himself, him and his brother. So he needs to be okay with the idea that he's he has a right to be vulnerable once in a while. He's still a kid.
I don't know if you think the same thing, but you're worried that when they're gonna find out that they cannot go back to their home stuff, give Hal's body back.
If they find out, because I don't know if they will.
Yeah, but I think they're kind of already accept the fact that that's one of the results they might achieve. To not go back, but Alphonse still said that
they know that it's something
they're gonna try to do it, even if they put all their life to do it.
Well, the thing is, they know that
makes sense.
No, not really. But I mean, they know. No, but they know.
Sorry, I'm gonna rephrase it. So I think that they already know that might be something that they cannot achieve. But they're gonna still try to do it, even if they do it during all their lifetime.
Yeah, I think at this point, especially right now, their mindset is it's a possibility, but one that they are not willing to acknowledge. There is going to be, an answer. There is going to be a way. That's how they think right now, because if they stop thinking like this, they're going to crumble. Right now, that's their mindset, I think. Which is why he keeps the reminder. If ever he's, he finds himself at a stalemate, he realizes that there's nothing else to find. He just needs to remember what's inside his pocket watch. Remember the date. Remember what happened. And he's going to find motivation to, go back up and keep walking forward. Because there's always going to be a new solution coming. That's where he is at right
Yeah,
now. Because
but-
if he's not moving forward, he's crumbling. He said it a couple episodes ago, and we saw it in the flashback.
But what if there's no other option?
That's what I said. That's what I'm afraid of. If they ever realize that there's nothing they can do, or even if they achieve their goal, if you spend your entire life working towards one goal and you start, ignoring the rest, you don't make any friends, you don't take time to spend with your friends, you don't have a life, eventually you're gonna have nothing. So
They're gonna have Winry.
No, but it's one thing to get their bodies back. They still have to have a life once they do,
Yeah.
Anyway, so anything else? Anything else about this episode?
Nope. That was a pretty smooth.
Yeah, I'm happy we
Episode.
got this.
I'm happy for Winry because she's gonna find some kind of a teacher, mentor.
Yeah.
She's gonna be happy. I'm happy for her. Our boys are gonna go back to another adventure.
It was nice to see a town full of people just like Ed. Like, he's the only one we've seen so far that has automail, so it's really nice to see, like, a town full of
You're the
people
Full
like that.
Metal Alchemist! You're the Full Metal Alchemist!
Oh, you have automail! I want to study you! It was nice. It was a calm
Yeah.
episode. We needed that after the last one.
What do you think about the dub, though? Now we've seen the episode all in English.
Okay, the thing about the dub, we're French. So, as children, we used to watch stuff in French. And when we switched to sub, it was because there were no more episodes
In French.
dubbed in French. So we got used to the sub after that because, to be honest, most series dubbed either in English or in French were terrible.
I'm always
I
the
think,
first to find.
but I
yeah.
think that the more you listen to it, the more you're used to it. Like, for example, one of the worst dub I listened to was Naruto. And I cannot watch this show without cringing. Right now I'm watching people, react to the show, and they're watching it in dub. And it took me a while. Sometimes I'm like, oh God, no please. Because I know the scene is good, the moment is amazing, and the dub just messes it up. So sometimes I'm gonna cringe so hard. I gotta say, I did not cringe once.
Well, that's the fact about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like we said at the beginning, we've watched a few scenes, a few episodes earlier to be more. What's the word again?
Used to their voices.
Used to it.
Yeah.
And I don't have any problem with Ed's voice when he's angry or shouting. It's really great for the harsh moment.
I'm not a fan of his voice.
I'm not
but
a fan though when he's talk like everyday talk normal,
Yeah.
because the voice is kind of odd to me because it's only a 15-year-old boy, and his voice is like more higher when it's in Japanese, so it's more fitting.
yeah, it's
my
a woman.
opinion.
It's a woman who does it in Japanese, and it's a man who does it in
Don't
English. So there's that.
don't care.
But I gotta say, he did a great job, expressing some of the emotions. Like, the funny stuff is funny. The fighting stuff and the shouting, it's great. It's done well. Like you said, I'm not a fan of the crying.
No, when for the sad emotion, I'm really not a fan of the dog voice.
But
I'm
I mean,
sorry
we're-
for that.
We're not saying that we don't like it. We're just I mean, when you're not used to a certain voice or a certain, way of expressing yourself, you might enjoy something you relate to more. There was one of you guys who said something about this in the comments, and I agree with this. Like, if English is your first language and they're doing a good job at dubbing the show, you're gonna enjoy the story in English because it's a language you understand. It's expressions you understand and you relate to. The choice of words might be more accurate, and the expressions and stuff. Everything might, sound more familiar to you.
But as for people who watch subversion like ourselves, we recognize more phrases and expression
No, but
from Japanese language.
we do understand some Japanese. The thing is, to us, Japanese and English, they are both foreign languages. We understand
Yeah.
English more. Like, I can listen to dub without the subtitles and I'm okay. Whereas I have to listen to Japanese with the subs, but there are expressions in Japanese that I'm gonna understand more. No, but and I think I you might not agree with us here, but I think, and then that's one of the reasons why I never went back to dub after going to sub, because
Once you go sub, you never go dub.
no, but in animation especially, I really like how expressive the subs are. Not the subtitles, the voices, the Japanese voices. Like I found myself laughing more.
Language, though.
Yeah,
that's
I
why.
found myself laughing more at jokes in subs than I was laughing at jokes in English. In Japanese, it sounds more expressive to us, and since we're French. I mean, we're not gonna relate to dub the same way as you guys if you speak, English as your first language, but we do connect more with sub because we've been watching it for so long. So I don't know if that's that.
More than 10 years we've watched a sub.
Yeah, so, and I mean, especially since we're doing a reaction, to have the subs, I actually think it's better, because to have the words written, especially in a show like this episode wasn't bad, but in a show like this where they introduce new words and new ideas and new magic and stuff that we don't really know, to have them tell us is one thing, but to get to read the subtitles in English is another. It's easier for us to understand. And so with all of that, I mean, I don't know. Overall, if I have to compare Ed's voice in Japanese and in English, he's good in English, but I really like the voice actress who did Ed's voice in Japanese.
You also prefer Alphonse's voice in Japanese because we heard him more speaking?
I don't know why. I hate it in dub. It's too soft. It lacks emotion. And in a way it fits, but I don't know. I feel more touched by the Japanese voice. Winry's voice at the beginning of this episode made me cringe a lot.
Really made me cringe every time when she's speaking English. Sorry. The voice is like too harsh for me.
And sometimes some of the expressions, I mean, I'm gonna understand the meaning of something, the overall meaning in Japanese, because I'm used to watching it, and I'm gonna hear it in dub, and it's just gonna sound I don't know how to explain it. It's like sometimes English is gonna sound like this to me in a dub. It lacks emotion. It's read rather than felt. And I don't know if it's because I understand English more than Japanese, but Japanese I don't have this feeling when I listen to it.
They can say whatever they want and it's gonna sound awesome.
But it might be because there are more words in Japanese, and in English they have to fill the when the mouth moves and there's nothing there, they need to fill the space. So sometimes they're gonna stress some words or they're gonna add more words, but it's not gonna fit, and it's gonna sound, I don't know,
weird.
Yeah, a little. So overall, I agree with you guys. The dub is good. I might go back and watch it in dub one day, I think, but
as for our reaction, I think we're gonna stick to the subs.
Yeah, we feel more emotions coming from the subs. We enjoy the voices more, and we relate a little bit more. And I mean, apparently we're one of the only ones who did it in subs, so there's that. But please,
don't be mad at us.
Don't be mad. Don't take it the wrong way. We're not shitting on the dub here. We're just saying that it works better for us to watch the sub. We relate to it more, so we're gonna enjoy this story better if we watch it in sub. And I hope you guys are still in for the ride, even though we're watching it in a version that you don't prefer. The story is the same, and our reaction is gonna be better if we watch it in Japanese, I think. So, I mean, I didn't stop myself from reacting in this episode, but if there is a heavy emotional scene, we don't want to cringe at anything, and we might, and I'm afraid of that, like you said before. So we're gonna keep watching this series in sub, and I hope you guys are still in for the journey. If you are, we'll see you next episode. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Yeah? What?
if you want to watch the next episode, it's
Oh,
already on Patreon. The link is down below.
Yeah.
If not, well, stay tuned because the next one should be uploaded tomorrow on YouTube, I
I
guess.
think this is episode
And-
11.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. That or next week. Near. Stay tuned. check the schedule, okay?
Yeah, check the schedule. Thanks.
Thanks
Bye.
for watching.